Hello, CS 2250 computer application students. Mr. Lang here, and well, we made it to the end of our Excel section 3 skills check exam. All right, we do have a little bit more in Excel, but the last skills check exam that we have to do. Let's go ahead and begin. But hey, before we do, always remember that there is help if you ever need technical help. I always love to try to get a human to work with me. Let's get full screened in here. We've got a few tasks to do. We got 18 of them. Let's begin. What do you say? Let's get her done. Creating a formula with absolute addressing. Let's do that. All right. Formulas are obviously very important in Excel. That's the whole premise of a spreadsheet. So we're going to select B18. B as in boy, 18, quarterly bonus. Hey, that's something that you want to get. I'm going to click in B18. We have that selected. And now we got to type. We're going to start a formula with the equal sign. It's letting the Excel spreadsheet know that, hey, we're going to do a formula and we're going to do B16. All right. And then we're going to do a multiplication. This is a shift 8 on my keyboard, maybe different on yours. And then we're going to do a dollar sign there. That's starting the absolute addressing where it's always going to look at my column G, for example, hashtag, or excuse me, dollar sign, my bad. And now it's absolutely going to reference this cell. It's going to reference that for all of my other quarters about if we get a bonus or not, the bonus rate. All right. So it's always going to reference that. I'm going to go ahead and press my enter button, and we got a $2,000 bonus. Now, let me just show you this. I'm going to undo this, but if I grab my fill handle and bring this over and click in one of these cells, it always is going to reference this. Now, this is always going to reference the total here. Let me go to this one. This is going to reference the one above it, but this is always absolutely going to reference that one. I'm going to do a Control Z on my keyboard just to undo that. So that way, when I check my answer, it does not freak out. We'll save that. We are saved, and we'll go ahead and check our answer. All right, we absolutely referenced our bonus rate. Well, one's done. Let's keep going. Entering an average function. Let's do it. Averages are great. You, as a manager, want to know what that average is. We're going to select cell E4. So we want to know the average of January, February, and March for Ryan Robertson. We're going to go to our auto sum, which is probably being hidden right now. So I'm going to try to move my answer key maybe somewhere. Oh, trying to move these answer keys are fun, aren't they? All right, so go ahead and stay right there for me, answer key. I'm going to click back into my document here, and it's still not active because the answering key is trying to move. But, oh, don't cover up what I need, answer key. And it did. Holy cow. Let me try to move the back. Now stop, answer key. Please stop, answer key. All right, I'm going to click back in my document. Well, that was fun. So we're going to go to our auto sum, but we're going to click the down arrow because we don't want it to add. We want it to average. But you know what? Probably clicking all around took me out of cell E4. So I want to make sure I'm in E4 so I average the right information. Let's go ahead and try that again. Average. So now it's going to look for what numbers do I want to average. And Excel's pretty smart. And it says, hey, I want to average these numbers right here. I'm just going to go ahead and press my enter key, and it now averaged that. Again, if I wanted to use the fill handle and bring it down to see what my average for all these other people, I can easily do that. But I'm going to do a Control Z on my keyboard because it just wants us to average this for Ryan. I'm going to go ahead and hit my save key there. I'm going to get rid of you, answer key. You were fun this one. And I'm going to check my answers and see what happens. Hey, we did it. We figured out the average for Ryan. All right, we're going to enter a max function. We're going to see what the maximum number is in a certain range. So click in cell B16. B as in boy, 16. We want to figure out our maximum profit. All of these different months. What's the maximum there? And again, you guessed it. We have to move that. So, man, I wish it wouldn't just move all the way over for me. I'm going to try to move it about there and stop, answer key. I'm going to click back into my document. And my answer key is having fun. All right, I'm back in cell B16. I'm going to go up to the sum, and now I'm going to choose the maximum option. It is going to pop up and say, hey, where do you want to get those from? As you see D3 through D14, it actually has, am I in the wrong spot? B16, and it wants to, we want to figure out sorry about this real quick. Okay, so looking at this, you guys, it wants to average our profit. So now that we've done that, again, it looks for numbers right above it or right around it. In our case, we want to go with the white plus, and we're going to drag through here. So maximum profit for the profit column. That's going to be important. All right, I'm going to press my enter key, and my maximum profit are just a bunch of hashtags. That means that number is so big it can't fit into the column. I'm going to go ahead and click between my B and C, see the arrows that I have here, and just expand that a little bit. You can also go between the two and double click, and it will auto widthwise, if you will. It'll get to the maximum width it needs, or you can click and drag again with the arrow pointing to the left and to the right between the two columns. Okay, so with that being said, it goes and picks out the maximum profit. All right, let's go ahead and hit our save key. And let's go ahead and check our answers. Great job, we did it. Entering a formula using a date. Very cool. Let's do it. So click in cell E4. E4. All right, whatever product number that is. All right, maybe it's a new cell phone or something. We're going to type equal sign, again, letting it know we're going to do a formula. And we're going to go to C4. Now, what I like to do is I just like to use my mouse, and I'm going to click in C4, and it puts C4 in there. Now I'm going to click my add button on my keyboard. You can't see me doing it, but I did add. And now I'm going to click in cell D4. All right, and it does that. You can type it in if you want to. I like to click, but you got to be careful. Now I'm going to press my enter key, and our due date, all right, is April 1st. Okay, so we have a 30-day term. So by April, we got to have that done. I'm going to hit my save key. Saved. I'm going to go ahead and close my answer key. Hit my check answer. Let's see how we did. Hey, 4 out of 8 done. Nowhere but up from here using the PMT function. All right, let's do it. We're going to click and cell E4. E4 again, our monthly payments. We're going to click the formula tab, which is our formula tab right here. And we're going to go to the financial button in the function library group. So function library, we're going to find the financial button. Let's find it right there. And now that we click the financial button, we're going to scroll down to PMT. Should be in alphabetical order. And okay, move there, PMT. Scrolling on down, there it is, PMT. All right, so we've got that function that pops up. Now it's trying to figure, okay, what is our rate? So we're going to type C4, so the range or the cell C4, which is our APR, annual percentage rate, divided by 12, probably 12 years, or excuse me, 12 months in a year. All right, so that's our rate. Type D4 in the NPR. So we're going to go here and we're going to type in D4. So it's going to reference our monthly payments. Beautiful. And then we are going to type in B as in boy in our PV. All right, B4. All right, in our PV text box. And then we're going to click OK. And it gives us our monthly payments. All right, our loan amount, interest rate, our loan duration, how much our monthly payment is. Great if you're looking for a mortgage, a car, whatever. It looks like we're looking at a Tesla. All right, so there's your payments. Oh boy, get a good education. Cars aren't cheap. All right, my message of the day. Check our answers. Let's see how we did. All right. Naming a range. All right, this is very useful when you need to utilize that for a quick reference later. So we're going to select our range B4 through B13. So B4 through B13, my bad, B13. So this is our range, again, with the white plus, and then type first quarter as the name of the range. So what you're going to do is this is our name box right here. All right, so click the name box, which we did, and now we're going to type first quarter, no spaces, kind of like camel case, if you will, where there's humps in it. And I'm going to go and press my enter key. All right, so whenever I need to reference this range, I could just type in equals first quarter. I want to see if that will work. Oh, I hope it does. Equals first, and there's quarter right there. I can click on that, and look, it goes and it does this. So if I wanted to add 2 to it, all right, I could add 2 to that range. Anyways, I'm going to undo that, Control Z. All right, I'm going to hit my save key. And I'm going to go ahead and close my answer key there and check my answer. Again, Control Z just undid. You get me. What I just did. So when I check my answers, it doesn't freak out. Using a name range. So now we're going to use a name range. All right, just like what we kind of did. So direction number 1 is gone, but it looks like we're going to be in cell H6. So I'm going to go down to H6 for our first quarter total. All right. And in H6, I'm going to type equals. All right. Sum. Open parentheses. And now we're going to click the formulas tab. All right. Here's our formulas tab right here. And we're going to go to the defined name group. All right. Use the formula button in the defined name group. So defined name group. Give me a second. You're probably saying it's right there. Define names. So use the formula button. Use in formula button. I think we're going to use this here. Maybe. All right. And we're going to choose first quarter. Looks like we are. So it looks like they need to update their directions there. Oh, no, they've got it right. Use in formula. They got it right. Just got to read right. First quarter. So we must have created, or they created, if what we just did in the last one, they had this named as first quarter, just like we did there. And I'm going to go ahead and, do I need to put an in parenthesis on there? Man, I think I do. All right, I'm going to put an in parenthesis. It doesn't tell me to. I don't see it, but I think I want to. And then it gives me that number right there. So I would definitely go ahead and put in. As you can see here, we could have typed first quarter in. We definitely want that in parenthesis there. So another direction that it looks like they need to update. Sorry about that. But we'll work through these together. It is saved now. Hopefully we did that right. Hey, just for giggles, I'm going to go ahead and select this range and see if, yes, it did. So they already did that for us. They named that range first quarter. Let's go ahead and check our answer. All right, we did it right. Using the logical if function. All right, if this, then that. All right, so B13, if we're going to get a bonus or not. Oh, man, I tell you what, tensions are high. This is a great one. Formulas tab. We're going to choose the logical button in the functions library group. Functions library, logical. Again, a logical. If this, then that. So we're going to choose the if option. So what's our logical test? All right, so we are going to type B11. I'm going to click in B11 and see if that does it. It does. B11. I'm so excited. You could either type that or you can go ahead and click in B11. I'm going to do a greater than symbol. If B11 is greater than $150,000, all right, so it looks like we might be getting our bonus. We're over 150. All right, so if it's greater than 150, now that we've done our logical test, we're going to go ahead and press our tab key, and it's going to bring us to the value if true. Now, you could click in there as well. All right, so what are we going to get? We're going to type B11. You know what? I'm going to click in B11. B11 times, we're going to get a 10% bonus. So percentage sign. All right, so how much is that? So right now it is true because that is greater, and we're going to get $17,644, 10% of our first quarter sales. That's good. But what are we going to get if we don't? All right, so we're going to go ahead and then press the tab key. Brings us down. What are we going to get if false? And we're going to click in B11 again. And we're going to multiply that by, you know what, if we don't get over it, we're still going to get something, 5%, half of that. So we're going to get $8,822 if that is false, if it's not greater than. So I think we did good. All right, so let's go ahead and choose OK. Did we get our bonus? Yes, we did. Now, I know the directions don't tell us to do this, and you're just watching this for right now. If I use my fill handle and bring this over, we should see now that our bonus here was false. Oh, I'm going to control. Oh, what am I doing here, Mr. Lang? I'm getting out of my full screen. I tried to exit. I'm going to do a Control Z to undo what I just did there. All right, now I'm moving stuff all around. Control Z. Oh, let's go ahead and click in here. Now it doesn't know because I messed it all up. Let's go ahead and try to get that again here. And let me just explain that. If I click in here, the logical test, are we greater than 150,000? Nope, that's false. So it skips over the 10%, comes over to our 5%, all right, which we got. Here, we did. This is a true statement, so our value if true. This is, oh, we were close. Value if false. But I'm going to Control Z that and see if I can, there we go. I just want that because, again, it may freak it out. But again, a great thing to have. It's a company if you met your bonus. And I'm going to go and check my answer. Logical tests. All right, we did that right. Creating a column chart. Let's do it. Charts are very powerful in Excel spreadsheets. Select the range A3 through E10. A3, so I'm going to start right there, through E, but down to 10. I need all this information, all right? And I'm going to click the Insert tab. Oh, my gosh, Mr. Lang, read with a purpose. I did the wrong thing. I also want the names of who actually are going to be on my chart and the column heading. So I messed up. A3 through E3. Make sure you read with a purpose there. Oh boy, now I'm messing things up. There we go. Click the Insert tab. Now we're on the Insert tab. We're going to go to click the Insert Column or Bar Chart button in the Charts group. Charts group, and we are going to go ahead and choose the column or bar chart. I believe that's right there. Insert Column or Bar Chart. I'm going to go ahead and click on the down arrow. I'm going to go down to the 3D clustered column at the drop down gallery, first option in the 3D column. Hover over that for a second. Again, you've seen this before. It freaks some things out, but I'm just going to look. This is the 3D clustered column like it's looking for. Hey, after a while it came back. Just took a second. I'm going to go ahead and click that. Boom. I have my chart in here. Let's take a look at this. So I can see my values. I can see who these are, and I can see first quarter is blue for Ted, second quarter is orange for Ted, gray for the third quarter. So a great visual representation. Now I probably want to go in here and change the chart title, but I bet you that's going to be in a future one. I'm going to go ahead and hit save on that. And I'm going to go ahead and close my answer key and check it. All right. Charts are great. Changing the chart design. You know what? That chart's looking good, but you know what? There's so many cool chart designs. Again, direction number 1 is gone. Looks like we need to select our chart. I'll just click in here. My chart is now selected. I want to make sure just the chart. If you saw that, I clicked in here. I'm actually in the columns of the chart. If I clicked over here, now I'm in the values. I want to click to where it's just the chart. That's going to be important there. All right, chart design tab. So I'm going to click the chart design tab. I'm going to go to my chart design tab. My bad. So that popped up because I'm in my chart. And now that I'm here, I'm going to go and choose the 3 click the Style 3 option. Oh man, I think that Style 8 looks cool, but it wants chart Style 3. Is that Style 3? It looks like it is. I'll go ahead and click that. And now it gave a little bit of different look there. Again, I think that looks cool. If you hover over it, it will show what it looks like. Oh, just for a second. It's freaking out right now, but it should when you're working in your actual Excel and not on the internet. That should show you what those look like before you select it. And I'm going to go and check my answer. Great job, everybody. Editing our chart data. All right, let's do it. Click cell B6 for Twitter. B6. All right, and we're going to type 221. And I'm going to press my enter key, and you're going to see that your chart actually adjusts as well. Twitter is the gray. Now we're down to 221. I'm going to go ahead and hit save on that. Saved. Close that. Check my answer. Uh-oh. I don't know if I did that right. The Reddit account figured it should be 221. Edit the worksheet so that the chart reflects the correct value. Thought I did that. Maybe I didn't do it. Let's return. Again, I get 3 times to do that. Otherwise, I got to redo it all. The Reddit account, my bad. I was in the wrong one. So 221. Man, you know what? I hope I can undo that. Control Z, because I don't recall what that number was to begin. So that may throw some things off. B6, I was in the wrong spot. B6 needs to be 221. Gosh, I wish I could remember what Twitter is. It may freak that out. But you know what? This might be a good learning experience for us. 221 right there. I'm going to go ahead and close that. I'm going to save that. And I'm going to show us possibly what we need to do to fix that. Well, we didn't have to. But what I was thinking is you can actually reset it. Still within that same direction, but reset it to the original document, if you will, so we could have seen what Twitter was there. And that was my bad. You guys were probably yelling at me, hey, you're in the wrong spot, Mr. Lang. Moving a chart, we can do that. So let's go ahead. We're going to move it to a brand new sheet. We're going to click the chart, but outside of the chart elements to select the chart. Again, if I clicked into here in the chart, now I'm in here. We need to click outside of it. So it's just the chart that's being selected. All right, if I scroll up, you can see that just the chart is selected. Now we're going to go ahead and click the chart design tab, We're going to click the move chart button. All right, right here, move chart. And we're going to put it in a new sheet. So we want to go ahead and choose new sheet right there. All right, it's going to make a new sheet for us called chart 1. It doesn't look like we're going to rename the chart, but you can rename it expense trends chart and stuff like that. I'm not going to do that because it may yell at me, but now it put it on its own sheet. If I go back to sheet 1, it's not there anymore. It put it on its own sheet, which is really nice. Look at that data a lot better than where it was in that small chart previously. So we're going to go ahead and save that. We're going to go ahead and check our answer. Yeah, we're rocking. Resizing a chart. Change the width of the chart to 6 inches. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Click the chart to make it active. Again, just the chart. Don't want to be in the chart sales. You don't want to get the whole chart right there. All right. Click the chart format tab, format right there. And now we're going to click the shape width measurement. I bet you my answer key is hiding it. There's the measurement right there. And we're going to go into the width. And we're just going to highlight all of that. And we're going to type 6, enter key. It brings it to 6 inches. I think we're good with that. I'm going to close that right there. I'm going to go ahead and hit my save key a couple times to reactivate it. It is saved, and check our answers again to adjust that. Now you could go and just grab those corners and adjust it as well. But if you want to get perfectly into 6 inches, that's a great way to do it as well. Adding text to a shape. We got a great shape right there that we may have inserted. So we're going to click the banner to select it. All right, now the banner is selected. And we're going to type working to reduce Wait times. Oh, that's always something we're working on. I don't think I need the period there because it's not in red. So I think I want just working. Forgot the N. My goodness, I'm sure you guys were probably yelling at me. Hey, you got to get that N or that G in there. Forgot the G, I should say. Working to reduce wait times. I'm going to go ahead and click off of that. I'm going to hit my save key as usual, close my answer key, hit my check answer, see what we do. Bam. Take a sip of coffee. 60 hours a week. Oh man, that's a lot of hours. Let's go ahead and check it. So again, I don't see where we have direction number 1, but we need to apply the subtle effect green accent 6 shape style to the arrow shape. So I bet you direction number 1 tells us to select that arrow shape, right? So now we're going to go to our shape format. Now we're going to go to more shapes button in the shape styles. Shape styles, more option, which is right there. And we're going to go ahead and choose the subtle effect green accent 6. 7th column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Green makes sense. And now where are we at? What row? 4th row. 1, 2, 3, 4. Subtle. I'm going to keep my mouse over it for a second. Get my tooltip. I bet you if I leave that, the web-based is going to catch up with us. Maybe not. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh, there it goes. I'm going to select it. And now it kind of goes along with our theme there. I'll hit my save key. Again, they need to update those directions. But hey, if you're following along, hey, we should rock it, right? Check our answers, see what we got. Great job, everyone. Oh, I see the finish line. Changing margins, that's always fun. Let's go ahead and apply narrow margins to the worksheet. We're going to click the page layout tab. We're going to go to the margins button in the page setup group, page setup, margins, and we're going to go down to narrow. All right, narrow right there, and we selected it. You can see the margins now. If I actually wanted to see that in a print preview, I could see what that looks like with the margins and stuff like that. May want to do some adjustments. It doesn't want me to do that, so I'm going to go back. Again, I just wanted to show us that. I'm going to go ahead and hit my save key. I'm going to go ahead and check my answer to see if I changed the narrow margins accurately, and it looks like I did. Great. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to center a worksheet. So I'm going to go to here, click on the page layout tab again, back to our margins, custom margins. We're going to click the horizontal check box. And then we're going to click the vertical check box. So it puts it, you can kind of see your example right there. And then we're just going to choose OK. I would love to do a print preview real quick, though. You know what? Just to see it gets it all centered left and right, up and down. Beautiful. Love it. So you know what? I need to make sure that it set that. Looks like we have those selected, which is good. Wanted to double check that first. I'm going to hit my save key. I'm going to close my answer key. And I'm going to go ahead and check my answer. There we go. Again, when you're printing that, makes it look nice, professional for your bosses and managers and all that. Change the page orientation. Bet you we're going to change this to landscape. Oh, we're going to change the orientation button. We're going to change it to portrait. My bad, portrait. So we're going to go ahead and go to our page layout. Orientation now. And we're going to change it to portrait. Makes sense since it's more of a skinnier spreadsheet there. And again, if I hit my print preview, it would look more like it's printing on a piece of paper rather than if you took a picture with your phone sideways or landscape, if you will. All right, enough of me jabbing. Let's go ahead and hit our save key. She's saved. We're going to go ahead and check our answer. There we go. Great job, everyone. Holy cow, was that it? Oh, drum roll. We did it. Thanks for hanging out. Again, sorry about a couple of those directions being misleading. I think we rock and rolled. If you hung out with me, great. Again, last skills check in Excel. So go ahead and get those other assignments done. and rock and roll. Again, appreciate you being my student. Hey, what I've always wanted to say too is the best compliment is a referral. Hey, tell your friends. Hey, look for Mr. Lang's class. Brad Lang, man, look for him. Take his class. He's got a great setup. He's worked really hard to help us all get an A in the class. Man, I would love a referral. Keep shoes on my boys' feet. Hey, all that good stuff. So appreciate you. Have a wonderful one. And hey, always be kind.